Hello and welcome to the training today around building a huge team. My name is Anil Ramtreater. I'm a regional ambassador with Global Wealth Trade. And it's my pleasure and honor today to share with you the importance of building a huge team and the things you need to keep in mind as you build a huge team. Now, I come from 20 years in the field and I've built huge teams all over the world in multiple companies. And I'm doing that again right now in Global Wealth Trade. And there's some important fundamentals I want to share with you when it comes to building a huge team. These are very important things to keep in mind as you build your career with Global Wealth Trade. So let's get started. As we go through this training, you want to take some notes. This is some new information that will probably shock you. It may rock your world. It may be not what you're used to. However, just be with me for the training. Take on this sort of different way of thinking as you build your business. It may not be what you're used to for someone like maybe who come from a business background or who has a business degree. However, just be with me for the training and see if this resonates with you at the end, okay? So I'm just going to share with you my personal experience over the last 20 years and what's it mean, like what is meant to me. And because I come from doing this multiple times, I know what works most of the time. So this is what I'm basically sharing today, okay? So just again, be with me for the training and see what you can take away from it. So when it comes to building a huge team, you want to have that list, write that list of people you want to share your business with. And as you write your list, you want to write the list as long as possible. Now here's why. Here's one of the traps people fall into that do network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales. They think they know who is going to do what they're up to or not. And I hear it all the time. I hear people come up to me and go, Anil, I know who's perfect for this business. Or Anil, I don't want to talk to my dad or my sister. They're very negative. Or, I have a friend, he's a loser. He would never do something like this. Well, here's something I've learned over 20 years in the field, and it always shocks me, even on a personal level. Those you think will, won't. So you people you think will do this, they will shock you. And actually, this is where a lot of people fall off the wagon or get discouraged, or they stop doing their business because they go to their best friend or they go to someone they look up to, and this person says no, and they get discouraged. So you want to be careful with that. You don't want to put people on a pedestal that you think they're going to be perfect for your business. Be very, very cautious with that, okay? That is people you think that will. They won't. They may say no, and that's quite okay. Those you think won't, will. So this is where people get into prejudging. Oh, my best friend, he's a loser. Oh, my wife, she's negative. Or, my teacher, he would never be open to something like this. Well, we don't know unless we share. We don't know unless we tell that person what we're up to. So be very careful with that. People you think won't are going to shock you that they will. In fact, some of my top producers in my teams over the years have shocked me. When everyone thought they would not do anything, they became my top people that brought in thousands and thousands of people. So be very careful with number two. Number three, those you think can't, can. So, we have opinions about people in our life. We are very guilty of prejudging, assessing, putting labels on people. I mean, look at, even I've been guilty of that. So you want to be aware of that. So those you think can't will again shock you that they can. Maybe there's people in your life looking for something and they're just waiting for you to share about what you're up to with them. So again, be careful with prejudging that you think you know someone who is not capable of doing this. They will shock you that they can. And finally, those you think can, can't. So you may have a friend, he may have a degree in business. You may have an uncle, he's super, super wealthy. You may have a relative, they own multiple businesses. That doesn't mean that they can come into this business and be successful. Just because someone is successful in another industry doesn't mean they're going to be successful in what you're up to. I see it all the time. There are people that make millions in real estate. They come into the business I'm in and they can't get one customer. I've seen people successful in insurance and mortgages and being successful running a school or being successful as a pilot. You figure someone that can fly an airplane can step into a business and get a customer or get a business partner, and they will shock you. They can't. So the point of this whole slide is write the longest list you can and share with everybody what you're up to. Talk to everybody, because when you come from that mindset of not prejudging, you look at everybody as an equal. Nobody's better than anybody. You're just going to share with everybody. You will be pleasantly surprised who becomes part of your business and how quickly your business can explode. Okay, this is a very, very important slide. So go over this slide again in this training if you need to get this very straight in your mind. Now, as you start sharing with people on your list and you start opening up and letting them know what you're up to see if they can add value to their life, to see if they want to participate at whatever level, either as a customer, a user, or they may want to join you as a business partner and build with you, you're going to run into 3 types of reactions. You're going to run into a red apple reaction, green apple reaction, and a rotten apple reaction. Now, these are just reactions. It doesn't mean people are red, green, or rotten apples. Okay, people are not apples. It's just their behavior. And this is something you want to pay very close attention to as you're sharing with people. You want to be very alert to how they behave. Okay, so don't be in your head. Be present and be out with someone so you can pick up on their vibration. So a red apple is someone who is like, yeah, I've been looking for something. Oh my God, thank you. I'm going to check this out. I'm definitely interested. Or I've been looking for a product like what you have. I really want it. Show me how to get it. Oh yeah, thank you so much. That's a red apple response. So you want to spend 80% of your time looking for and identifying red apples. And when a red apple comes to the table, get them started, either as a customer or business partner. So be on the hunt for red apples. Green apples are those who come, they're usually the people who have a lot of questions. And that's about 20% of society. You want to spend 20% of your time as well with those people. Those are the people like, well, I'm interested in what I'm hearing. I want to come learn. Is there anybody I can talk to that can answer my questions? Is there any videos you can send me? Is there a website I can look at? Is there a training I can go through? These are people with questions. It's not a negative way. It's just who they are. They have questions. So remember, a green apple can become red. A green apple can ripen. So give green apples attention as well. Now, rotten apples, those are the negative people. They walk into a room and the light dims. They walk outside, there's an eclipse, the sun goes out. They are the negative. Everything is wrong, nothing works, everybody is a loser, they don't trust anybody, they think small, they're always complaining. These are the people that are very, 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 very toxic. And so you want to stay away from these people. Now, when you think about red, green, and rotten apples, it's no different than going through a basket of apples and picking out red, green, and then you throw away the rotten. You're not going to stand there with a rotten apple and go, come on, you can turn red. Come on, you can turn green. Usually it's cushy and it's soft and maybe there's a worm coming out of it or it smells. You chuck that right away. So as you're going through, just picture yourself going through a basket and you're picking up the reds. Those are going to be juicy and you're going to eat those. You may set aside some green because they're going to ripen. Or you may use it for making a salad. So green apples have their purpose. Now rotten apples, you're not going to spend a second with them, get rid of them. So the purpose for this slide is you want to be careful not selling. You want to be careful not selling. You want to sort red, green, rotten, red, green, rotten, rotten, red, green, green, rotten, red. You want to go through the apples as quickly as possible and find your red and greens and chuck the rottens. Very important training. You're going to run into rotten apples and you're going to give them 2 hours of your time. Be careful. You're going to run into green apples and you're going to try to convert them into red apples. Don't do that. Give them what they want. And you're going to run into red apples and you're not going to get them started as a customer or business partner. So you want to be very alert to when red apples come into your life and into your space. This is a very important training, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that want to build a big team, you want to be alert for red and green and rotten apples and figure out how much time you're going to give them. I say 80% of your time with reds, 20% of your time with a green, and 0% of your time with a rotten. Don't even give rotten apples the time of day. Okay, very important. If you don't master what I just taught you, it's going to take you out of the game in your business. So you need to master this. Okay. Now, once you figure out from sharing with people and by the actions they take and what they say and whatever they do, they can, then set them up as a customer or business partner. If they can't, stay in touch with them. Keep them in the loop with how things go for you with your business, or get referrals out of them of people they feel should connect with you about this. If they won't take a look at what you're up to or come check it out, leave them alone. Respect who they are. It doesn't mean they're rotten. It just means they're not open. Okay? And those you think will, or those you think want to, then make them a customer or partner as well. So remember, you're looking to share this with everyone, and you want to pay attention to people's actions, because people's actions will show you what they want. And then you either set them up as a customer or set them up as a business partner, or leave them alone or get referrals out of them or stay in touch with them. So again, this is a very, very important slide as you work your list and share with people, okay? Now, these are some critical points to pay attention in conclusion as you build a big team, and these are, to me, my 7 points of success I've used over the years, and I've taught this to people in multiple companies, is 1, do not fall into the trap of prejudging. We discussed that. So you want to write the longest list possible. You want to write a list of all the people local to you, the people in outskirts cities, the people in outskirts states and provinces, and then people out of country. So that's where your list should go. You should have multiple lists of those types of people, okay? Start writing that list. Second, you want to share with everyone what you're up to so they can figure out if they want to be a customer or business partner. Third, do not get down or discouraged with people's behavior. You and I are not responsible for anyone's behavior. We're only responsible for our own. So you are looking for the action takers, people that will become your customer or business partner. You're not looking to change anybody or change their belief or change their opinion. Remember what we talked about. If someone's rotten, leave them alone. You're only looking for red and green apples. Number 4, have long-term thinking. This is not a race. This is a marathon. Residual income takes time to build. Most A-list actors today didn't make the kind of residual income they make right now, but when they got started, they had to become an A-list actor. They had to become a top music artist like Michael Jackson. So remember, for you to build your long-term income, residual income, you need to have long-term thinking. So give yourself 90, 180 days. For me, it's 3 to 5 years and sometimes 10 years. My last company, I was with 10 years. So I had long-term thinking because I thought to myself, 10 years is coming. And if my current game plan is not going to give me the results I want for the next 10 years, then this current one I'm building, my plan B, will give it to me. So I have to have long-term thinking. So make sure you do. If you have long-term thinking, no one's going to take you out of the game because of their behavior, okay? Number 5, set daily, weekly, and monthly checkpoints. Now, I don't believe in goals. That's my personal belief, because I find people get discouraged when they don't hit their goals. So I like to talk about checkpoints. Just like you would be on the way to Disneyland, or you're going to Niagara Falls, or you're going to Europe on a trip, you have checkpoints along the way to make sure you get to your destination. So with business, you want to have daily, weekly, and monthly checkpoints, okay? And you want to pay attention to those things, have them in your day planner and calendar, and you want to get into action leading up to those daily, weekly, and monthly checkpoints. 6, listen to your experienced mentors. Work with the people that know what they're doing. Work with those people that have experience. And someone who has experience doesn't mean that they're a talker. It means that they have done what you're looking for. They have also taught other people what you're looking for. So make sure your mentors are people that actually are doing it. They have done it. They have helped multiple people as well have success. And that qualifies someone as a mentor, okay? And 7, keep in mind, most importantly, always have fun. Always, always have fun. I have a rule in my life and in my business. If I'm not having fun, if it's not exciting, if I'm not jumping out of bed every day, I'm not interested. So make sure what you're up to is fun, is exciting, it makes you jump out of bed, it makes you so jacked up that you can't wait to share this to people. Because again, think about it. Why would you do anything that's not fun and exciting, right? Does that make sense? So these are the 7 rules I have lived by over the last 20 years, building massive businesses all over the world and helping people and assisting people and teaching people how to create wealth in their businesses and in their life. And so by following this training, ladies and gentlemen, about building a big team, eventually you will have a massive team all over the world. It's just a matter of time. Just remember what we talked about in this training. Go over this training as many times as possible so you don't fall into the trap of prejudging as you build a big team. These fundamentals I've just talked about are critical for you to have success building a big business. So refer to this training often, play it once a week for the next 6 months. Make sure what I've taught you today is ingrained in your mind. For those of you that work with me personally, reach out to me if you're stuck with anything with this training that you want to have more conversation with me about. Have fun. Let's help you build a massive business. And I look forward to you being on one of my next trainings. So again, this is Anil Ramtreter, regional ambassador with Global Wealth Trade, that's rebranding right now to become Opulence. And I'm so excited to share this training today with you. And for those of you that are watching this as a group, thank you for being on my training, and I wish you all the best and success in your business.